Alright, hi everybody. This is my build video for the TBRC wing. I'm going to be building the black wing here, and I decided to fast forward it a little bit and just narrate it because it was taking too long. I also cut some clips out. Anyways, I'm just about to start gluing the wing. I like to use Gorilla Glue, and I'll kind of show you step by step of what I do with it. You can use epoxy if you like, but I prefer Gorilla Glue. I just changed the blade. I like to have a very sharp, brand new blade. I'm just going to clean a little bit between the foam from the cutting. Sometimes the hardened foam is like plastic and it doesn't give me good, clean surface to connect. Anyways, so I take a little cup and I put the Gorilla Glue inside that, and you can see the water bottle there is waiting for me. There you go. Just a little bit of water, mix it, and there's always extra water. You can never get it, so I just drop whatever is excess water, I drop it back into the bottle. And we're gonna put a little thin layer of Gorilla Glue onto the foam. I always leave in the center where it's really big surface. I'm going to leave a little bit of extra. Now some people like to use the cradle that the wing was cut from. I just hold it with my hands and put it like that. I'm also going to use some pins to put it together. Right. Okay, so at this point, after putting the two pieces of foam together, I'm going to take some pins and I'm going to stick it from one side of the foam to the other, and so the foam will be holding, because I don't want to hold the wing together for the next hour waiting for it to dry, and Gorilla Glue doesn't dry fast. The other thing that I always do is I just leave it bare. I let the Gorilla Glue expand out of the crack as much as it wants, but I'm not leaving it flat on the table. I'm actually going to put it on the floor flat and leaning against the table, so it's got enough room from all around it just to expand as much as it needs to. I'm also going to put some weights on top of the wing, just so it'll give it some kind of a pressure. There you go. You can see the weight. There you go. So at this point, I'm just going to leave it to dry, and I'll be back 45 minutes. Ta-da! 45 minutes later, you can see that it's nice and strong. And I'm also going to show you what to do with the excess Gorilla Glue that expanded. Over here you can see the Gorilla Glue just a little bit in the crack, but I didn't put a lot, so it didn't expand too much, which is really nice. And I guess now we're going to glue the other side of the wing. These are the cups that I use. I get them at the dollar store, at any one of those superstores, the grocery stores. You can get that for a couple of dollars, and there's about 500 of these cups there. They're really convenient to mix epoxy or Gorilla Glue, whatever you want. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of water in the cup and start mixing it. Let the moisture get into the Gorilla Glue. Start that expanding, that chemical effect, whatever it is. And whatever leftover water that I have too much, and there's always too much, as I said. See, I just pour it down back to the bottle or whatever you're using for your water. Mix, and we're going to spread it on the wing same way that I did before for the first half. Actually, in this one, because there's a bay there, I don't want to put it on the big side of the wing because I don't want to have extra Gorilla Glue where I don't need it. I want that side clean because later on in the build, I'm actually going to use that to build a little shelf for the cover, the hood that we're going to use for the equipment bay. Alrighty, Next, we're going to put the wing. I'm going to use exactly the same thing that I did before. I'm going to put it together, rub them against each other, let the glue get in all the pores of the EPP, and again, use those same pins on the other side and make sure that the wing, the other half, is somewhat attached to it until the glue dries. And again, I'm going to just place it on the floor and let that dry. And then we're going to go through the next step. At this point, what I want to mention before I sign off is I like to have my top matching and flash rather than have my bottom, because the bottom will take a lot more abuse and it will get ugly really fast. So when I'm doing these pins, I'm making sure that the top part is flush rather than having the bottom, and this way it's a lot easier and looks much nicer by the time you're done with that. But don't worry about the Gorilla Glue expanding. We're going to cover that in the next step. Alrighty, see you later.